Hey guys, welcome to another 1/6 Galaxies quick look review. For today, we are going to be looking at Ironman Mark 85 battle damaged version. That is the MMS 543 diecast 33. Now, this is the standard version, not the exclusive version of the Holo Shield. The other thing to note is that this is not from Australian retail. I've ordered this through Jefferson Tan, as he was much cheaper than Australian retail. As I paid about $480 for this, and Pop Culture is like $720 or something crazy. So most of the time, there's a lot of hype around the diecast figures. They get overproduced and then they don't sell, so their prices just go down and down and down and down. But because of the way taxes and things work in the US and Australia and whatnot, they are unable to mark the items down because they've already paid the hefty price per se to get them in from Sideshow and whatnot, where the Hong Kong market there works very differently. And if you've seen sites like Toys, Buying Agent and whatnot, you would see that some figures drop in price quite quickly while others sit around their normal price for quite some time. The other thing is, we have had a pop culture update, so this guy is not on the current list of releases scheduled for this month, unfortunately, but Taskmaster is up on pop culture right now, and I have a feeling that the other figures that we spoke about at the beginning of the month will also be there. These are the figures that were supposed to come in on the 1st, but have since got pushed back to this week. So we can confirm that Taskmaster, as of right now, is in stock at Pop Culture. I'm going to make the phone call to pay off my items tomorrow and hopefully get them shipped out within the next few days. Alright, let's take a look at this guy. So straight away we see a really nice picture of Iron Man, and then scrolling down we have the picture of Tony with the light up features, not doing the snap but showing off the gauntlet, and then of course it tells us that it's from Endgame and that it's the battle damage version, diecast, all that lovely stuff that we're used to seeing information-wise. When we turn the box around, we do get that Iron Man logo. Again, Iron Man Mark 85 battle damage version down the side there. Avengers logo down the bottom. Spinning it right to the back, you just get your logo, and there is a nice kind of image there of Iron Man flying in the background image. Most of it is our logos and health warnings and everything, and then you have the side that the foam box slides out of. So that's it for our packaging. Oh, and on the top, just in case you were curious, yeah, it says Iron Man Mark 85 and reminds us that it's the battle damaged version. So once we get that out of the way, we do of course have the foam casing that everything comes in. So it tells us that it's Mark 85 battle damaged version. As you can see, you just pop this off. Oh. Just got some of the plastics there from the actual diecast figure itself. But you can see all the extra hands and everything in there. And then the items I've obviously removed. So let's start by looking at some of these accessories. I'll start off with the hands. Now I have actually put the snap hand already on him. So that's just something to take note. And I'll go over that. I'll go over that when I actually get the figure out here. But first of all, here is the hand that's on him when you first get him out of the box. Just gonna see if I can get some more light on that. There we go. Yeah, so you can see that it is really nicely detailed and painted, as you would expect, like all the others. There's the light up feature in there. So it's a fist. That's the hand that is on him when you the arm that's on him that you pull off. Now, in addition, he does get a repulsor firing hand for left. Again, really nice detailing, really nice weathering and everything on there, as suppose you'd expect. Then you've got the opposite hand doing the exact same pose. Again, a bit more weathering this time around, just to show that inside as well. So of course that all lights up, etc, etc. Then we do get the right and left hands with the articulated fingers, just to show that they're you can kind of bend them how you want. You can see the joints in there. They do have the same level of wear that you would expect, being a battle damaged version. I suppose the hands could probably be a little bit more worn down, I suppose, but it is what it is. And it's fine. Now you also get the articulated gauntlet hand, which looks really, really nice. So you can see that the gauntlet's taken a massive amount of damage. So that is really cool, having that crushed effect. The inside of the hand, though, is still unscathed, which I suppose comes from having the nanotechnology. I suppose it can move to strengthen the inside of the hand, but that looks fantastic. Then we have the same one, but this is a relaxed hand. So this one doesn't articulate, but it has all the pieces in the same paint application as the other, just that this one stack does not light up from the repulsor, obviously, because we have the light up in the gems. But this one has the light up repulsor as well as the light up gems, which is a nice inclusion to have. The other accessories we get is we do get a right and left repulsor blaster, maybe. I honestly don't know what this is called, but you do get a right and left one, and it attaches. It does light up. I'm not going to replace both hands to show that, but it is a really, really nicely painted piece. And you do, like I said, you do get two. They are painted exactly the same, and I believe it does tell you on the inside if it's, yeah, there it is there, if it's the right one or the left one. So that's just something to keep in mind. I don't actually know if it makes a difference. Maybe the connector is on a different side when you're putting it in. But yeah, it's just something that's there. Now, you obviously get the flagpole that we're used to, just the standard black flagpole. That screws into the base, and then that standard thing for holding him. Now, you also do get, just like any other Ironman release, you do get the batteries and the screw and the plastic thing. Now, yes, I've got 3 extra batteries in mine. I really don't recommend you do this, as I have no idea if it I'm assuming it affects the life of the batteries greatly, but I was able to get mine to light up just by putting 2 of each battery in, because the spaces are so tight. So yeah, like I said, I was able to get away with that by having 2 batteries in the just 2 in the one thing instead of the 3. So I really don't recommend that you do that. It's just I was struggling to get the batteries in so much that I just settled for 2 when it lit up, having 2 in there. So yeah. So the other thing we do get is obviously the swap out head. So this is the standard head sculpt for the Ironman. It does light up. It does light up like so. which is quite nice. And you do just turn it off there, turn it on and off there, because this little piece pops back in, which gives it that weathered top look. So yeah, really cool. There's no battle damaged faceplate or anything, but I suppose a lot of people aren't going to be displaying it with the helmet, right? Because as you're about to see, the head sculpt for the Tony Stark itself really is the star of the show. So you do also get a display stand. Now it's not the traditional display stand, it's this kind of rocket base where you do have him kneel, down on, which is quite cool. You can just have him kneeling without the support if you would like. And then of course, you can choose to stand him up or even fly. All the previous Mark 85 accessories work with this guy. So that's something to keep in mind for later as well. All right, so let's get Mark 85 battle damage out here and see Tony Stark. Just backing away for a little bit. Alrighty, so straight away we can see the amazing head sculpt and the amazing battle damage and everything that's on this guy. Don't worry, I'll bring him up for a closer look in a moment, and of course stand him up as well. But yeah, you can see all the battle damage that is going on around him. You can see the snap, the bloody head sculpt. Everything is just personified with this. Like, the Mark 85 was a damn good figure, and then Hot Toys went and did this, and I reckon it just goes the extra mile with it all. So bringing him right forward, you can see the head sculpt is definitely Robert Downey Jr. It is crazy, and then you can just see the crazy amount of battle damage around this guy. He is still fairly heavy, although the bits around the battle damage are plastic, but there is a lot of die cast on this guy as well. And yeah, like I said, that head sculpt is just phenomenal. That is amazing. So I will quickly demonstrate the light up feature. I did actually mean to have the battery compartments pre-exposed, because they are a real pain to get to. They are a real pain to get to this time around. The leg ones especially, I left the legs exposed already, just because getting the legs off was just a nightmare. And I think it is, like, really, I mean, I know they say that everything to do with collector-wise should be done with time and with care, but even with time and that care, changing the batteries out for this guy was a nightmare. And I was saying to a couple of people in the group that I thought I would remember it because of doing the original 85 when he came out, but I honestly forgot where the batteries were, because they are just that damn well hidden on this guy. Because the joints, the battery things, I mean, they're just so well hidden. Alright, so you can see the light up feature on the gauntlet, the chest there going down the legs. There is a very minor light there. I will turn the lights off in a moment to kind of give you that feel, to see if you can actually see it. I do actually see the problem now. I don't think all the gems are lighting up. Probably, like I said, I only used 2 of the 3 batteries that you're supposed to use, and that's probably the downside. So I am just very quickly going to get rid of those lights, just so I can show you the feature there. So with the lights off, you can obviously see the lights a lot better now. As I said, the lights are working much better on the gauntlet now, and you see all the lights around it. So yeah, that's the extent of the light up feature. Obviously the repulsor is also turned on. It's just that I've got him in a fist there. But yeah, that's the lights, which, I mean, it does a really nice job. And like I said, I think it looks quite nice, especially with the broken line going down the gauntlet. I think that's really nice. And yeah, like I said, this figure is just well worth having, just because everything is just so well done. So I am just going to pop the lights back on now, just to show off the rest of the figure. There we go. So I will turn all the lights off and then go back over where the hidden compartments for the batteries are as I patch them all up. So starting off, you do have the one in the back. You have the arm there. Same spot on the other side. And then you have the 2 leg ones either side. So that's it. And like I said, they are the back one is probably the easiest to get out. I really struggled. Like I said, I really struggled to get the ones from the legs off. So yeah, I was definitely not taking those, putting those back on until this was filmed, because yeah, getting them off was just a nightmare. And you can hear them clicking on really easily, because they do. They clip back on amazingly well. It's just pulling them off. Pulling them off is just incredible. Does the gold go that way? Oh yes. Yeah, and so even with, like, make sure you are obviously putting the right with the right and the left with the left. And yeah, lining up the seams. Lining up the seams can be that tiny bit difficult. I've accidentally missed the seam there, so I'm just going to plug that back in and see if I can get it to look a bit smoother. There we go, nice click. And yeah, once that click is there, those seams, you can see the legs. Like, you would not know that this whole section just peels off, which is just crazy. So articulation wise, this guy's got all of the standard articulation that you'd expect from an Ironman. He is really heavy, and yeah, he's just full of the articulation. So I'm not going over to go that, because we are approaching the 20-minute mark, and I really do try to keep my videos shorter than that. But yeah, you can see all that ridiculously awesome detail on him, all that battle damaged, and then of course the star of the show, which is that battle damaged Robert Downey Jr. sculpt. There he kind of is from the back, and he is much cleaner at the back than the front, but I suppose you are probably going to have him kneeling doing the the snap anyway. I am just going to show you the snapped hand because I didn't do that before. So it is virtually the exact same hand with the exact same battle damage, but you can see that the battle damage goes all the way up the arm, and that's that light up feature that I was telling you about before. It just looks so good. Then you've got all the gems there, and then of course we have the fingers doing the snap because he is Iron Man. All right, guys, this has been the quick look at the Mark 85 battle damage. I am so glad to finally have this figure. Yes, Australian retail is waiting that little bit longer, unfortunately, but hopefully he is not too far away. But as I said, keep an eye out on the group because we've got Taskmaster coming in, Artillery Trooper, Transport Trooper, Django. There's a whole heap, and then hopefully they've solved this battery problem and we get Clone Wars Anakin Skywalker. Because honestly, I am going to hit the roof of pop culture if they say that an order that we've waited 2 years for gets denied. I'm just going to be devastated, especially now that it is sold out at so many places. Yeah, it would just be so devastating to lose that pre-order. But I will make a video or whatever and let you guys know what the goal is once I've paid off all my stuff. I'll be making the phone call at about 12 tomorrow, maybe. Usually, yeah, between 12 and 12:15. Just depends on how my day is going. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the new setup because each video going forward is going to use this setup. And as I get used to it, hopefully the speed of the videos increases. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys.